Standard cron uses 5 time fields to schedule jobs, but a set of shortcut keywords collapses all 5 fields into a single word. At reboot, at hourly, at daily, at midnight, at weekly, at monthly, at yearly, and at annually each replace the minute, hour, day, month, and weekday fields with a human-readable trigger. Shortcuts exist because raw cron expressions break easily. The line 00 **** is meaningless at a glance, while at daily reads itself. Shortcuts eliminate the off-by-one mistakes people make around midnight and daylight saving transitions, and they behave identically across Linux distributions, BSD, and macOS. Every shortcut has a precise meaning. At reboot fires once when the cron daemon starts, not when a user logs in. At hourly runs at minute 0 of every hour. At daily and at midnight both run at midnight. At weekly runs at midnight on Sunday. At monthly runs at midnight on the 1st of the month. At yearly and at annually both run at midnight on January 1st. Cron runs jobs inside its own minimal environment, not your shell's environment. The most important variables are MAILTO, which sends job output to the named address or to nobody if blank, path, a stripped-down search path for binaries, and shell, which defaults to /bin/sh. Home, lang, and tz are also set, and any of these can be overridden at the top of your Crontab. 3 pitfalls bite people repeatedly. First, cron has a tiny path, so most binaries must be invoked with full paths like /usr/local/bin/backup. Second, the Crontab environment is not your interactive shell environment, so variables from .bash are absent. Third, at reboot triggers when the daemon starts, not on demand, so rebooting a crash service is not what it does. On modern systems, run Crontab t before installing to validate the schedule. We will inspect a sample Crontab that uses MAILTO and shortcut schedules like at reboot and at hourly, validate its syntax, isolate the shortcut lines, and simulate the timing environment, all without installing the Crontab into the live scheduler. We begin by clearing the screen so every command and its output are crisp and easy to follow. A clean terminal makes verification of each step much more reliable. The cat command dumps the contents of /tmp/my.cron. We can see a MAILTO directive that routes all cron output to the admin mailbox, a clean path, and 3 schedules. An at reboot health check, an at hourly disk snapshot, and a traditional 5-field daily backup at 2:30. Next we run Crontab t against the file. The t flag tells Crontab to validate the syntax without actually installing it, so any malformed schedule or bad shortcut will be flagged here before we commit. With syntax confirmed, we use grep to pull out only the lines that begin with the @ shortcut prefix. This isolates the 2 non-standard entries, so we can review them in isolation from the traditional 5-field schedule. The wc-l command confirms the file has 6 lines total, which matches what cat displayed. 2 environment directives, 3 schedule lines, and the spacer between them. It is a quick sanity check that nothing was truncated. Finally we run date plus %h to print just the current hour. This matters because cron resolves the @ hourly shortcut by checking whether the current hour matches the previous run. So simulating that decision requires knowing the hour value the scheduler would actually see at this moment.